even all the chief ones of the earth.
Right. Now stirs up the dead for you. Now we know that the living, the Lord lives amongst the reigns amongst the living. Now the living is Israel. You know, our power is the God of the living. The dead represents the nation. It's just the chief ones. So you have the kings, the presidents, or the prime ministers, you will, and they really do have elite kings and princes still in the east, you know. So they're going to be risen up. Go ahead to do what?
It said, have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee,
Yep.
art thou also become weak as we?
Right, like hold on, who are you talking to? You know, it became okay, America. Okay, it says now, who are you talking to? We got news too. We have espionage tactics. We have a counterpart CIA. We have a better military. Not better, but we have more people in our military than you. You know, says China. You know, fuck your tree. Says Russia. You know, Iran says we gonna develop our own nukes. Says the scientists in their nuclear enrichment program. These are examples of them saying no. No. This is not 1950s anymore. You can't just throw a or a gravity bomb on us, and we're just gonna take a line down. You know. So now these nations have grown what? They've grown a backbone due to the spirit of the Lord.
Right. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. The Lord put it on their spirit. But when you read it here, when it says an ambassador sent among the heathen, an ambassador is one that goes in the stead like a mediator, speak on the behalf of like a king. You know, the angels. They work on the minds of the different elites. What it say? The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So they working on the minds of these elites to omit rebellion.
That's right. That's why the pre-scripture of the nations are mad.
Okay.
This is not a coincidence.
Get Isaiah 13. Did y'all read that yet?
No. That was actually next scripture.
Get Isaiah 13.
Right here.
You finish Isaiah 14?
No, he didn't.
Go back to Isaiah 14 real quick.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee.
Yeah, so it says hell from beneath thee is moved to meet thee at thy coming, which is ultimately destruction. See? Hey, well, it said, how can hell meet you? If you got this camp teaching about hell, how can hell meet you? You see? It said hell from beneath is talking about the grave, meaning ultimately a future prophecy is America's going to be destroyed. Okay, go ahead.
Even all the chief ones of the earth, and have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Yep.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou so what?
Weak as we is like what the brother was just speaking about, which is the nuclear capability. Meaning it's an even playing field now.
Yeah, that's what the words I was looking for.
It's an even playing field. That's what it's talking about. Art thou become weak as we? Meaning there's an even playing field. Because you have something called MAD. If a brother got Google, you can Google it. It's called MAD, mutual assorted destruction. If I'm not mistaken. Assured. Good water, brother. Assured destruction, meaning, hey, whoever, meaning no one survives if nuclear missiles is shot off. Okay. That's a fatality, complete annihilation when throwing nuclear missiles is shut off. Okay? So that's the hell that's going to meet thee at thy coming. That's the hell that's going to come to America, aka Babylon. All right? Go ahead.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we?
It's speaking about the nations, because the nation is gathering up. Okay? And you want to get that? There's Revelation 20, right? In like 7 or 8, the gathering of the nations, man. What you guys is witnessing is prophecy. You're witnessing what's about to take place, known as World War III. This is something that the scriptures has been speaking about 2,000 years ago, and now we're in the time where it's manifesting now. You see? Go ahead.
art thou become like unto us?
right?
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave.
Meaning their pride.
Humble.
Their pride is brought down to the grave. You see? Only thing that Esau has is his witchcraft, which is the media. You see? The media will tell you that something else is going on when it's not. You see? The alternate news is revealing the secrets of Esau Edom.
That's why David Rockefeller said the internet should never been invented.
Right. Why? Because first and foremost, you have the prophets exposing this devil, that they're going to be destroyed. All right. But then on the flip side, the internet should not have been created because it's revealing all the secrets of this horde. You know? Go ahead.
It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Yeah, it's talking about your infrastructure. It's going into how America is about to be destroyed. All right? And you know, any empire, any kingdom, before it actually totally is taken out of the equation, so to speak, it breaks down from within. So the worms and the worms from beneath thee. Read that part again about the worms.
It says, worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Yeah, it's talking about the corrosion. Okay? It's talking about your infrastructure. All right? In the Roman Empire, they called them aqueducts, which is where your water supply comes from. Where the aqueducts became corroded and destroyed, where the risk of health of the people was in danger. So the people was in danger of the infrastructure falling, you know? And we see that nowadays with Flint, Michigan. We see that nowadays with all the different chemicals that's in the water supply, the derailments, you know? All that's not no coincidence, all those is prophecy. You wondering why you get cancer and you're sick and things like that because of the worms, you know? The water supply is destroyed. The infrastructure is destroyed.
Break it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just seen a video where a guy, I guess his truck was a little bit scraping the top of a bridge, and the bridge came crashing fucking down. All right, bridges falling and collapsing. Parking structures. Yeah, yeah, that's the infrastructure, you know. But go ahead.
Verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Yeah, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? See, this is the heaven. This is your kingdom. Remember, this is known in the world. A black man's heaven, a white man's heaven is a black man's hell. America is the heaven of the Edomites. See, this is what Esau Edom was blessed with. He was blessed with the fatness of the earth. But now it's about to be where he's gonna fall down from heaven. You see? Somebody get that in the gospel where it says Satan fall like lightning.
Oh, no.
So it says, how art thou fallen down, O Lucifer, which means the light bearers. Okay? That's what it's talking about. I believe in the Hebrew, it starts with a PH, Sophorus, or something like that. I can't really think of the Hebrew word. But right there, Lucifer goes back to being a light bearer. This is talking about the elites, man. Okay? Why? Because when you go into Lucifer, that goes back to the Illuminati. I believe Adam Weishaupt, in the book, it's a book called I haven't read it in years. I think it's Fossilized Customs. I believe it's like Fossilized Customs, maybe like the 8th edition or something like that. It could be Fossilized Customs, or it could be Satan Angel Exposed. One of those books brings out where the Illuminati terminology came from, which goes back to Lucifer, which only means the light bearer. So this is a judgment of the elites. Okay? This is the judgment of the elites, the destruction of this place. Okay? How art thou fallen down from heaven, O Lucifer, by the way of Yahweh Shem Shai? And it's prophecy. That's how. That's the only way this place was gonna fall, just like all the other kingdoms. Okay? Somebody got that in Luke? Go ahead.
Luke chapter 10, verse 18, it says, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you."
Yeah, so Yahushua was telling the disciples Satan is gonna fall down out of his throne. Okay? And that's what's happening. Satan is falling down as lightning, meaning it's gonna be a quick fall. Just like it's gonna be an hour to destroy this place. He's gonna fall within an hour. That's Satan falling like lightning. Because his world is going down, it's crashing. I just did a lesson last night. There's a term out here called polycrisis. Okay? Which is displaying on how there's a lot of events in the world, global. This is a global thing now. A polycrisis, poly meaning many, crisis meaning hardship, trouble, distress. Okay, so that's how Satan is falling as like lightning. There's a lot of commotion going on in this place with the fall. You know, this place is going out bad, man, and ultimately it's going to be the thermonuclear missiles, which is going to destroy America. By the nation. Go ahead.
Word Lucifer in Hebrew is H1966 Hayalal, which says light bearer, shining one.
Yep,
Hayalal.
Yep.
Shining one, light bearer, in the sense of brightness.
Yeah, because they know the secrets of the left-hand side. See, we're the Illuminati too, you know? We're the Illuminati. Or you can say we're Lucifer. Lucifer ain't no red dude with a pitchfork, you know?
With a tail.
Yeah, with a tail and shit. You know, with the trident, with the trident stick from the Greek Empire and shit. Yeah. When you say Lucifer, you think of that. Nah, man. Lucifer is talking about the enlightened ones on the earth, which is the elites, the high class of the Edomites, and we are the high class of the Israelites, the hopeful elect. We're the light bearers. You know, that's why we coming out here and telling you your fall, man. You see, Esau had the left-hand side prophecies, the 9/11. He put in the dollar bill and shit. When you remember, everybody was hip to flipping the damn dollar a certain way to show the towers and shit. Yeah, left-hand prophecies. Well, we got the right-hand prophecies, man, which is the ending of this current kingdom.
Right.
You know, somebody get Jeremiah 28:8. And whatever you got something, whatever you got. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night,
That's right.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat."
That's right. That's talking about the missiles, man. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. That's talking about everything that's in America, man. You know? It says the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. This is a thief in the night. Why? Because everybody is following, you know. No one is paying attention to all the crises that's going on in the world, you know. So he's gonna come as a thief in the night. You niggas is worried about the celebrities. You Edomites is having fun in your kingdom. You see? Everybody's just occupied with everything else besides the coming of the Most High and His Son, or the coming of the Son, Yahushua, the only begotten Son, and the holy angels. Only ones that's paying attention and focused on that is the prophets, man. Because Yahushua told us to do what? Watch and pray. Watch for what? Watch for the prophecies and pray that you get delivered up out of them. You see? Watch for the prophecies and pray that you get delivered up out of the destruction that's going to take place. Watch and pray. You know? Shamar wa Palau, right? Shamar wa Palau. Watch and pray.
And you have some of those that do occupy themselves in the Lord. They're misinformed. They think it's going to be all rose petals and daisies and shit.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well, get it.
deep in the
It
night-
says, what end is it for you? Yeah, get it. What is it?
Amos.
Amos. Yep. You got Jeremiah. Well, what you got, lawyer?
No, finish this Second Peter.
Read that again and read it down. Yeah, that's a
Second
good,
Peter
that's a good
3 and
scripture.
10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night,
Mhm.
in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise,
Yep.
and the
The
elements.
heavens. See, they're talking about the heavens. It's talking about this kingdom. Okay, this empire. The heavens shall pass away. Is it talking about the heaven where the Most High is at? How is the Lord's heaven gonna? You got to put it into context. Context. Okay. They said that the heavens. Read that again.
It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
The heavens shall pass away with the great noise. Break that down, vocab. What is that talking about, man? You Christians, what is that talking about? The heavens shall pass away with the great noise. Now remember, the Most High, the Lord lives in heaven, right? He's in heaven, right? As they say, technically he's in the fourth dimension, because this is a heaven. Okay? So you got to keep it in proper context. What heaven is going to pass away? Go ahead.
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the only thing that can melt an element to nothing is nuclear capability. Okay? Nuclear power. Which when you look at the news, you see these different nations gathering up and they're speaking about how far their missile can go. They didn't tested out this bomb, they didn't tested out this nuclear capability, they didn't add it more to their arsenal. You see China, they proud about it. Moab proud as hell. They have big ass goddamn military parades with their bombs. They ready to let them bitches go. They be all lined up in order.
They shall not break their rank.
They be lined up in order, man. Moab be lined up in order with their bombs. Because that's the boasting. Like, hey, we got it too. That goes back to Isaiah 14. Art thou become weak as we. See, they publicizing it. We got bombs too.
They definitely accurate.
Well, remember when recently United States was doing war drills with
South Korea.
South
Yep,
Korea,
yep.
and North Korea started shooting their testing their nukes over them. Man.
Yep.
You know,
It's called war games. They do war games. See, that you gotta when they be shooting missiles and certain little missiles, they know they're not gonna hit nobody.
It's a simulation.
They just trying to see where those defenses are at. So if they shoot a missile, a little low level missile, they shoot a low level missile, and America defense stop this. So you know what I'm saying? So they know the longitude or latitude or whatever the damn missile, their defense systems is at. It's just war games. Yeah, it's just tactics. Go ahead.
It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with fervent heat, and everybody's made of an element. They teach you about the periodic table in school. Those different elements, which is what, 26? I believe it's actually more. It's more. Esau just said like 26 or something like that.
Like you can give an example, element being like that metal pole.
Yeah,
It's going to melt like
the car.
plastic.
The car's gonna melt. The
car,
phones are gonna melt. People are gonna melt. Trees are gonna melt. Tires, babies. Gonna get melted, man. Go ahead.
It says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
See, the works therein shall be burned up. The evil acts of Babylon, man. You see, remember the scripture said in Revelation, the 18th chapter, that their sins have reached into the heavens. See? So the evil, wickedness things that they have been doing has been is in the Most High's ear. So he's hearing about all this evilness that's going on down here, man. Okay? All the wickedness that's going down. That's the works, homosexuality. Adultery. Okay? Murder, pedophilia, Transformers. See? Goddamn bug out Transformers just shut up a church. You see? This place is madness, man. You got Transformers going into bathrooms with women and kids and shit, man.
Shit, they be teaching children.
Yeah.
At libraries.
Yep. So them works is gonna get blown up, man. Them works is gonna get melted, man. The imagination of the imaginations of this damn devil, his wicked laws, all that's gonna get done away with, man. You know? Go ahead.
But verse 11 says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be?
Yeah, so seeing that you're paying attention to these prophecies and you understand what the scriptures are speaking about, what you supposed to do? What manner of person are ye to be? Go ahead.
In all holy conversation and godliness.
Well, this is the holy conversation and godliness, man. Holy meaning to be separate, godly, okay, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Holy conversation and a strophe, meaning your deeds, your acts, your actions. What is your actions? You're supposed to be out on the highways and byways prophesying, giving diligence to make that calling and election sure. You see? That's what it means by what manner of person are you to be? Fasting, praying, you know, being a brother, charity, tithes, humility, you know, all the good works. Go ahead.
Another word for godliness is righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But verse 12 it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day.
What it say? Looking forward and hasting. You see? Remember the scriptures spoke about don't set your thoughts upon the things that's on the earth or something like that, and set it heavenly things, man, which is the kingdom. Our main focus is the kingdom of heaven, man. So that's what we're doing. We're looking forward and hastening. Go ahead.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So we wait on Yahweh to destroy this place. You see that? The real true man of the Lord is waiting on the only begotten Son to come down and to destroy this place. Because that's all that's what this place needs. Okay? This place needs to be destroyed, man.
Fire is a cleansing agent.
Con. You would never hear vocab alone with these precepts. You see? Vocab alone will never bring out these precepts about the destruction. You know? About prophecy. You got something? Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8, and it reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilences.
Yeah, so in the ancient world, the prophets prophesied about empires going down. Well, America is an empire. Coming back in the reincarnation, the prophets is back today declaring the end of this current ruling empire. You see, the prophets did it back then. Remember, Daniel spoke about he broke down, he interpreted the writing on the wall, which was the ending of the Babylonian Empire. Okay, Daniel got the ending of all the empires. He got the breakdown of this kingdom is coming, and this one's gonna come next. The beast, speaking about the four beasts. Okay, you had the Assyrian Empire. After the Assyrian Empire, you had the Babylonian Empire. After the Babylonian Empire, you had the Grecian Empire. No, I'm sorry, pardon me. The Medo-Persian Empire. Okay, the Persians and the Medes, and then after the Persians and the Medes, you had the Greeks, and then after the Greeks, you had the Romans, and after the Romans, you had the 10 toes. That's where we're at right now. So the prophets always had the understanding of empires coming and going. Well, this is where we're at now, of an empire coming and going. Okay? And this is the quickest. 200 and some odd years is very quick to rule. 260.
And all the other empires ruled 400, 500 plus.
Yep. That's why Daniel and Baba Kashab, Just hold that. Jump to Daniel 4 and 17 real quick.
Right here. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
So the living is talking about the prophets, all right? Because we're alive with the Holy Scripture, with the Holy Scriptures, through the Holy Spirit. We're alive, so we're the living. We understand that the Lord brings up an empire and takes down an empire. See, ruleth in the kingdom of men. Go ahead.
It said, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Yep. So the Lord set up the basis of men. Esau, Edom. All right. But now the base of men is going to be just taken out the way. You know. That's where we at. We in the time of an empire. Now we've been in, everybody done been to high school or something. But we learned in high school about the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, and shit like that. And we learned about their fall. I can remember learning about the Romans falling, and they was teaching certain things like that in school. You know. So where we at now is a kingdom. We're actually in the midst of an empire falling. You know, we're in the midst of an empire falling. This is the last generation. This is the last entity of empires, man. Until Yahushua reigns. We're actually in a fallen empire right now, man. That's why all these that's why the poly crisis. You know. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, starting at verse 5, reading down to 7. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Yep, that's talking about the Israelites being in captivity. You know,
We're rich in the low place.
Yep. That's talking about the captivity. Yep. We are the princes that's walking upon the earth, and Esau is the servant that's upon the horse. Meaning he's in power right now, but his power is about to be taken away. You know. Go ahead, out.
You know, because when you brought up the fact that it's only been like 200+ years that this devil been ruling, that's a real short span. You know. In that span, they do a lot of wicked stuff. But this is Job 20:4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
That's it.
All right, so he been triumphant, you know, living luxuriously.
Yep.
All right. But now we coming into the end of that.
Yep.
You know, that's the flip side of things. That's the balance of things.
Yeah, when did they get over here? 1776. No, that's when they declared
Independence.
That was the beginning of the Illuminati. That was the beginning of the New World Order.
They got here in 1560.
They got here in 1516. So from 1516 all the way until now, you know, when they came to the shores of Babylon, the New World, all the way until now. That's not that long. You had other empires was thriving for 1,000 years. 1,000 year span, 500 year span. You know? But it said the triumphing of the wicked is short.
This place hasn't even ruled as long as the ancient Roman Empire. You know, they had the Republic and then they had the Empire.
Yeah.
So they were extended.
Yep.
But look how much damage that this place has done.
Look how much damage this Vixen did within them little ass years. How, you know, I mean, Satan was with him on the left hand because technology is out the roof. Come on, man. We only been 100. Think about 100 years ago. 100 years ago. There wasn't no fucking TVs 100 years ago.
1923.
You know, when no TV only on 100 years ago.
You barely had radios.
Right, airplanes wouldn't even. Yeah, you got drones now.
You didn't have phones.
You got nuclear missiles now. Let's go 80 years ago. There wasn't no nuclear missiles.
Hey, because the technology that they have now gives them more of a capacity to kill and to deceive and all of that. That's the reason why they accumulated so much.
Yeah, well, ultimately, well, the scriptures say that the Lord shortened up the days for the elect's sake. So he had Esau speed up his shit so we can hurry up and get the fuck up out of here, man. You know? Operation Warp Speed, speed this shit up, baby. But go ahead.
If I could just bring one point out.
Go ahead, you got it.
Again. Job 20:5 says, "The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment." You know, and all the hypocrisy of this place is being brought forth. You know, and a lot of nations realize, like, hey, you the one that's been doing all this stuff.
Yep.
You know? And that's
Y'all read it earlier. No feller has come up against us.
Yep.
The cutter of the nations. And they have a fella, it's something called a fella machine that's actually in the woods that chops down fucking trees, man. They showed it on the Avatar, the first one. How they can gather up the trees and chop them down very quick.
That's the American military.
That's Esau, man.
industrial complex.
He's the cutter of trees, man. The lumberjack.
Yep.
They pride themselves off the lumberjack.
Yeah, they make sport of it. And the trees is meant for oxygen.
Right,
you know,
right,
for
right.
absorbing the carbon and pushing out oxygen so we can breathe better.
Yep. Yep.
Verse 7 real quick. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Woo.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Like that boo-boo. When you use the bathroom and you flush that motherfucker, you ain't gonna see that boo-boo no more. That's gonna be Esau. You're just keeping it real. He gonna pass away like his own dung. Dung is boo-boo. You ain't never seen your boo-boo come up again. We ain't gonna see Esau. He gonna pass away. You know?
Verse 8, it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as the vision of the night.
Man, so
Nightmare.
sooner or later, man, this devil, he is not gonna be existent. You know?
Like a boogie.
That spirit, well, we don't know where the spirit gonna go to Edomites, but you know, we know the Lord is the Father's spirit, so he ain't gonna destroy his spirit. Esau is a part of his spirit. But that pigmentation of Esau, he's gonna go back into the other nations, possibly. You know? But the so-called white man, this race, these race of people, they out of here, man. They out of here.
Seed has been put down.
Yeah, that wicked seed is gonna be no more. Okay? Ain't gonna be no jumping up out of Esau plotting to get up out of slavery in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? You got it.
This is the book of James, chapter 5, and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yep. The rich men is like it says, the high class men of today, the elites. Yep.
It says your riches are corrupted,
Uh-huh.
and your garments are moth-eaten.
Yep.
Your,
That dollar. Go ahead.
your gold and silver is cankered,
Mm-hmm.
and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
Yep. You know, the rest of them shall be a witness against you. Is talking about the other nations. Okay? Because they're watching the collapse of this place. You see, that dollar is crumbling. You see? Pretty soon, America's is going to be in hyperinflation. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, it shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
Yep.
Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields,
Mm.
which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Which is the Lord of the Sabbath. He's talking about the angels, man.
That's never gonna get
Lord
over.
of armies, the Lord of armies. Okay, go ahead.
It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth
Mm.
and been wanton.
Yeah, Esau has lived in pleasure on the earth. The elites, the rich ones, they lived in pleasure deliciously, man. They have no, they've never experienced oppression. They've never experienced not having their light bills out. You know, cold water. You know, they never
War-torn
experienced an
country.
eviction notice.
remember I told you I was traveling up north. I was like going through like these small towns, and you were seeing like it was like a half a mile per house.
Yeah.
They had all this land. They were farmland, whatever. They had all this land, and like their driveway was like 2 or 3 blocks until you get to the house. I'm looking like
Living.
they're in
Big ass
heaven.
houses too.
They're in heaven. These Edomites are in heaven, and the Edomite saw me driving, and she looked at me like, "What are you doing out here?
Yeah.
What do you do?"
Yeah. Esau living.
Into their driveways where the lights start. Into their driveways.
Esau. Yeah. Esau living out here, man. Esau living. But that's cool. You can have this weak ass shit. We don't want this bitch.
Right.
Only body who really want this bullshit is these simple ass niggas, man. Because if you really knew what Babylon was about, if you really knew what the fuck was finna happen to this place, man, you don't want to be here. Only you dumbass niggas, man. You niggas and you Edomites, you simple Edomites, love this place, man. You know? Go ahead, Op.
It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Talking about Jake, the innocent of the nation of Israel. I think that's all that.
You got something up? Go back to Jeremiah 28, man.
I got a precept. Before someone bring up a precept. I got some. Book of Daniel, chapter 5. I'll start at verse 22, and it reads, "And thou, and thou, his son, O Belshazzar, has not humbled thine heart, though thou knewest all this."
Yeah, so this is Daniel talking to Belshazzar, which was the king of Babylon at that time, which was the son of Nebuchadnezzar.
Verse 23, "But has lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven."
And that's the point. See, he didn't humble himself. Understand that the Lord allowed him to rule this place, allowed Babylon to be raised. And it's the same thing with now Neo-Babylon, which is aka America. The Lord has allowed this place to be raised up. One, as a prison house and a punishment for Israel, and two, to show his power and great judgment.
That's Romans.
God.
Romans it says on what he did for Pharaoh. Yep.
That his name might be clear to all earth.
Yep. So he just raised his place up just to declare his name.
Right.
You know, that's Jake.
Yeah,
Ultimate Jake.
That's my name.
That's my name. Put some respect on my name. Hey, the nation, the world is gonna put some respect on the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
Go ahead,
It says, "But has lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them."
Yeah, so they was partying, they was feasting
In our vessels.
in the Israelites' vessel that they took out of the temple. Go ahead.
Like Rome.
It's pride.
Yeah.
You know, they was boasting themselves over us, just like they're doing now today. Go ahead.
"And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold and brass, and iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know."
Yeah, the idols, worshiping idols and things like that. That was going on in ancient Babylon, just as it is today. Go ahead.
It says, "And the God in whose hand thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified? Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written." Verse 25. "And this is the writing that was written, many tekel upharsin." This is the interpretation of the thing, many.
So what happened was, as they were feasting, as they were partying, a hand materialized in the midst of the party and wrote on a wall, many tekel upharsin. That's devastating.
Imagine it came from a different realm, like.
Yeah, like from a different realm. Think about a portal opening, right? And a hand coming in and writes something off the wall and then disappear.
You'll be sober real quick.
You know?
Hey, I believe it said he got so scared his joints was going out of place and shit. Like, all type of
Well, that's what's gonna happen when
he did what Red Fox did off of Red.
This is it.
That's how Esau. Hey, this is it. That's Esau. Esau is really. That's how Esau really is right now for the spirit. Losing sleep. Dreams, yo. Come on, man. Them elites is having dreams, man. They waking up, panicking and shit. What's my man's nag transplants? You know that nigga was going through.
Oh, yeah.
He was getting tormented, man. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that man was getting tormented in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? And he was getting old and hard. Like, look, the Lord was probably putting hell on that dude.
He was 96. What's his name? Some Rothschild.
Like 5 fucking heart transplants.
He had 9.
9.
He had 9 heart
9 heart transplants. That nigga was having heart attacks back to back. The nigga was having dreams, having heart attacks. He was having heart attacks.
In them like bullets.
more lives than a cat.
Shit. Go ahead.
It says, this is the interpretation of the thing, many. God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Got the Most High has numbered it. Okay? Real quick, hold that. Get Job real quick. The spirit, yep. Get Job real quick. So he numbered it.
This is the book of Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Hey, look up the word determined. After you break after scripture.
God. It says, thou hast appointed his bonds that he cannot pass.
See? Appointed his bond that he cannot pass, man. Alright? So what does that determine? What does that go back to?
It's, in the Hebrew it's haras. And it says to cut, sharpen, decide, decree.
Decree.
Oh.
That's it. It's over with. Go ahead.
It say to be decisive.
A decision. Decisive goes back to making a decision. Go ahead.
To cut, to mutilate, to sharpen, to decide.
Cut,
Decide, yeah.
Cut them off.
So it was a decision. The Lord made a decision. It's determined. See, you only have this amount of time to rule. It's been determined. It's an order. It's a law, technically. The Lord decreed a certain period for this devil to rule, and he can't go past that, man. You see? And that's why he's gonna come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time.
Definition.
Yep, you got it.
Of determined, this is the Google definition. It says, having made a firm decision and being resolved not to change it.
Woo!
Like,
So ain't no hill in Babylon.
The Lord changed not.
Ain't metal not with him that's giving it to change. Lord ain't finna change his metal now. Oh, you know what? I said I was gonna destroy Babylon 1,000 years ago. Yeah, but yeah. No,
It
man.
was declared from the beginning.
The
Right.
end was,
Change it up now.
that's it. The end was declared from the beginning.
It's a bit rich.
That's it. Hey, this was written in the heavens, man.
Right.
Well, 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter says that. In the first verse on down, it says that before this, before the stars, before everything, before the angels, you know, that he declared what? That for Esau to be the end of the world and Jacob to be the beginning of it that follow it. You got it? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's why you call it Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So like,
Yep.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 1, and it reads, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightning, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable power were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys of Zion were hot.
So pay attention. It said before this, before that, before the angels, before the world was shaped together. You know, before in the beginning.
Right.
Genesis 1:1. Before in the beginning. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And the present years were sought out,
Right.
and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned.
Yep.
Before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. It
Put
says,
that let- yep.
it says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other.
Esau ain't make shit.
That's it, man.
Big Bang Theory.
It's cut.
Theory. This educated
Right.
guess.
Talking about the
Yeah,
Earth
yeah.
is a millions years old. Boy, you don't shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Can you imagine the Lord saying this stuff?
yeah, that's hard, man.
Like before this, before that,
Yeah.
before that.
He declaring it.
I started this shit.
I started this Bible shit.
But
Go ahead.
He's the great director.
Yeah, come on,
He
now.
wrote-
Yeah,
he wrote
yeah,
the
yeah,
script.
yeah.
He wrote the script out. He ain't finna switch the script.
The
Nope.
architect.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
The parting asunder of the times. Go ahead.
It says, when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yeah, the end of the first. All right, in the beginning of it that followeth. Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first.
See,
the
you
heel
see
of
how they go
Esau.
from Abraham to Isaac? Okay? From Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. It's talking about a lineage line now. It's getting into lineage. It's getting into racism. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world,
Right?
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Esau is the end of the world, and we are at the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, which is the Israelites, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And those of Israelite descent that scatter across the four corners of the earth, man. All right. So the saying goes, we got next.
Right.
You see, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, we didn't write that. I didn't write it. That's in the Bible. What are you people reading, man? Like, honestly, like, what the fuck is y'all reading? You see? Even the top scholars can't even,
Refute it. Yeah.
they can't refute this. It was the Edomite that said that he was breaking down, not to jump off topic, but he was breaking down on how all the epistles was written to Israelites that were scattered in those regions. You know? So this thing is for the Israelites, man.
He'll always lose.
Salvation is for the Israelites, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the other nations, y'all had y'all time to rule. Now the time is up.
That's right.
And we're here to tell you the time is up.
It is manifest.
This is the Lord's will. Hell, us being up here is the Lord's will. We didn't wake ourselves up to this thing. We didn't wake ourselves up to understand the scriptures. The Lord did that. He rose up his prophets, his men of the Lord, to declare the end of the last empire. Just like the rest of them.
We was called to do this, and Lord willing chosen.
Yep, called and Lord willing chosen. Go back to Jeremiah 28:8. Whoever got it.
Oh, you know I get it. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. And it reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil.
Of war. Now, the brothers has been going in on the gathering of the nations, which is going to fulfill the prophecy of Joel, the 3rd chapter, which is what? Armageddon. Okay? Armageddon. The nations are going to get together and they're going to go to war. Okay? They're going to battle. And that battle is going to be a deadly battle. In fact, it's going to be the last battle. It's going to be the last war. This is the war to end all wars. World War III is the war to end all wars, man. That mutual assured destruction, which is when the nuclear missiles get shot off, man. You got it.
God. It says, and against great kingdoms of war and of evil.
Evil, rye, which is what? Bad times, bad conditions, evil days, crises, polycrises. Those are evil times that we're living in. A lot of death, civil unrest, earthquakes, seditions, pestilences, famines. Okay? That's the evil. How does it go? It says the love of many shall wax cold. All right? So that's the evil, man. Go ahead.
It says, and of pestilence.
Which is what? The diseases, man. All right? You see these damn devils, and the Lord is using them too. Now, it can be natural pestilences and disease that the Lord is bringing up out of the earth, but then he's using Esau, Edom to go dig up the bubonic plague. You see, digging up lands where it was nothing but infected diseases there, taking the diseases or whatever from the soil, going into a lab and mutating it into a fucking virus and pushing it out to the fucking world. But that's a part of what the Lord says is gonna happen, man.
Derailing chemical trains.
So pestilences, man, which comes in the form of diseases, man. You know. Go ahead. Which is going to bring forth more prophecy of quarantines and so on and so forth. Go ahead.
Verse 9. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him.
Yeah, so at this point, man, and we can be honest, man, we are the prophets, man. Beginning with the elders, apostles, great millstone on down. Okay? Why? Why do I say that? Because step by step, play by play through the Holy Spirit, the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, those men have been breaking down these scriptures and speaking about things to come. And now we entered into their labors and we're witnesses of what the scriptures is saying on what's to come. The mark of the beast, the microchip. Okay? That's here. Okay? We've been speaking about these things, the casting societies and whatnot. We've been speaking about the things that everybody's talking about now. When everybody was asleep, 2016 was the woke era, so a lot of information and documentations is all over the internet now. Scripture does say knowledge shall increase, so everybody knows about these things now. By the way, the internet. So you got to say, who's been speaking about this? You got niggas getting their own podcast and adding in what the prophets been saying. No, you got that from the prophets. And we got it from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the book. This all goes back to what the word of the Heavenly Father is saying, man. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Everything that we've been speaking comes from the Bible. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Everything that we are speaking through the Holy Spirit comes from this book. This is the book that's shaping, is changing the world, man. That's why they do it in a book of Eli. We can get that book.
Very old.
He said, we can get that book. The Lord preserved this for us. Somebody get that. So I can get Jeremiah or Isaiah 34. I believe it's Isaiah 34. He's going to leave it for generation to generation. Get that Bible shot. Because that's very important. Because he left us this book so we can understand it and prophesy it. You know? Because the prophet's got to speak about it before it has to happen. You know? That's what a prophet is, to say before. Isaiah 34 and in like the last 2 verses possibly.
Yeah.
Verse 16,
16, 17. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 16, and it reads, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and read.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. And that's what we did. Okay? Blessed he that readeth. Okay? Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
Yeah, the prophecies. Okay? And we can see, and we're witnesses of these prophecies. They're not failing. These things is happening. Go ahead.
None shall want her mate.
Yep, you can't mate this book with no other book, man. This is the only book that speaks about prophecy. Okay? You can't make this up with the book of, with the Quran. Have it Quran. You can't mate it with the Quran, man. All right? the Book of Morons. You can't mate it with that. The Enuma Elish, the Book of the Book of the Dead. Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Talmud, the Nostradamus book, where that punk, he got the whole concept of World War III out of Revelation. Because that's what, you know, Nostradamus is known for the three the three end time prophecies, which is the wars. No, man. Nostradamus got that from the Bible. All right? Go ahead.
But it says, no one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
And his spirit, the spirit of the book has gathered what? The prophets. Go ahead.
Verse 17, and he hath cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line.
You see that? So each prophet has their own prophecies within their books. Jeremiah has his prophecies. Isaiah has his prophecies. Obadiah, Daniel. Okay, John the Revelator with Revelation. Okay, that's the dividing it by line. You got this prophecy meaning this. The next line, another prophecy. The next line, another breakdown. It divided it by line. Every man has his portion coming in his own lot. Go ahead.
They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation.
From generation to generation, baby.
Wasn't no getting rid of this.
Wasn't no getting rid of this. It had to be preserved all the way until this very moment. So we can read up out of it and declare the end of this damn devil's empire, man. That's why they want to kill us. That's why they're gonna attack the prophets. You see, the scripture said, "Hurt not the oil and the wine," which is what? The word, the truth. It wasn't hurting. It ain't nothing that this devil could do with the slave Bible. You know, after Nat Turner. Oh, see, they feared for a Nat Turner 2.0. See, they feared for another round of a Nat Turner, man. That's why from the I can't think of the name of it. 1831, the delegation. I forgot what it was, but right after, it's called something of the delegation, and basically the dude said that we can't let any form of light enter into those people. Talking about the slaves. Say it again.
Council of Delegates.
The Council of Delegates. We cannot let any light enter into those slaves. The light was the Bible. Because what Nat Turner was doing, he had the Bible. And through the Spirit, I believe he possibly knew that he was an Israelite. You know, he knew that the white man was the devil. He knew that he knew that we was chosen.
And that's why the scripture said the Spirit bearing witness with our spirit. He probably was reading, he was bearing witness, like,
he's the devil. Oh, this is about us.
Right.
This is about us.
Having visions.
You know, he had to be having dreams. Hey, this is about us. They ain't gonna tell the full story of it, but we'll find out in the kingdom. We're gonna know everything. We're gonna know all the stories, all the rebellions, all of the men that, you know, came back as who and did what. Yep.
He was a former FBI director. I forget his name. Some Hoover. But he had said that there ain't gonna be no other Messiah.
Black Messiah, talking about J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
That devil. He started the COINTELPRO. Okay? The COINTELPRO was to infiltrate black and brown organizations because they feared this. They feared the Israelites waking up and taking their empire down. Yeah, J. Edgar Hoover. He was the head of the CIA or the FBI.
And not too long after that, guess what came out? Project Megiddo.
Project Megiddo. Because they were trying to end this in 1999. You can't break these cups. Can't stop this shit, man. Not shit, Slocky. You can't stop this truth. Go ahead, you got it. We got a couple more that we'll end it.
All right, this is the book of Psalm. We're going to Psalm 94. How he always passes so many wicked laws, right? This is the book of Psalm, chapter 94, and verse, let me see here. There we go. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 94, and verse 20, and it reads, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?"
Yeah, so the throne of what? So read that again.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Yeah, the throne of iniquity is talking about Esau's empire, Esau's kingdom. Shall it have fellowship with thee? Hell no, it can't be two rulers at the same time. Okay? It ain't gonna be two rulers at the same time. Go ahead.
Which frameth mischief by a law?
It was frameth mischief, which is deceit by a law. And that's what they do. They their unrighteous decrees. Which they're gonna get that, they're gonna try to implement the charagma. Alright, the C-hip. They're gonna try to make that thing mandatory. You know? Go ahead.
They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous,
Which is the Israelites, because they want us to be pricked.
and
The whole world for that matter, but majority, mainly, they want the Lord's people to be pricked up for a sign of total ownership. You know. Go ahead.
says they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous,
Right.
and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge.
Right.
And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness.
Woo,
Yeah,
that's what's gonna
the
happen.
Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, our power, shall cut them off.
That's right. That's plain. Hey, this devil getting cut off. You know? You got something else?
Yeah.
Where it say that the light should be cut off? Something like that. Is that
Triumph of the wicked is short.
No. The brothers just brought that up. That's Job 20. But it's another one that says the light shall be cut off.
Salvation is far from you. Oh wait, light of the wicked.
Should be put out.
Light of the wicked shall be put out.
The light of the wicked should be put out. Yeah, the light of the wicked should be put out. I don't know if it's in Psalms or it's in Job.
18.
I got
Job
it.
18? Okay.
Okay.
God, this is Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
Yep, that's it. The light, who's the light? The Illuminati, the Luciferians, Lucifer. So that light is going to be put out. And that's what we've been speaking about. The light is going to be put out on these devils, man. Okay? Got something else? This will be the last one.
This is the book of Amos. The book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. And it reads, Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Damn. Hey, and that's talking about Esau against his brother Jacob. You see? That perpetual hatred. You know? So for what you have done to your brother, your twin brother, the Black, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites, hey, the Lord's gonna judge you for that, man. You know? Rightfully so. That's why it said that the house of Joseph shall be a flame, and the house of Judah a fire. Rough paraphrasing Obadiah. You're gonna be stubble, man. That's where we at, man. We are, man. We coming close. You know, every time we say it. Now, see that's the patience thing, though. That's that long suffering right there. Hey, we getting close. If you hear we getting close, we getting close. Over and over and over again, man. So that's a long suffering. You know. Yep. But hey, when it happens, man, it's gonna be like, damn, that was quick. You know. Yep. It shall surely come to pass. You know. So with that, we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash.
Double honor to the apostle, great millstone. Salutation to the icon in the four corners. Pushing his truth in all sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. A Bible ball.
Bible ball.